class, and welcome back to my Burning Questions video series. Today's question asks, why do we need prepositional phrases? So first, let's remind ourselves what a preposition is. A preposition is a word, or sometimes multiple words, that shows a noun or a pronoun's position compared to another person or object. So here are some examples. The squirrel climbed up the tree. So this is telling me where the squirrel is in comparison to the tree. So where is the squirrel? Up the tree. Or my sister jumped over the puddle. Again, where is my sister compared to the puddle? She's over it. The toy was hidden beneath the couch. So again, the toy, where is it compared to the couch? It's underneath. And this sentence has two prepositions. I sat on the bleachers during the game. Now this last one's interesting because it's not talking about a place, it's talking about a time. And sometimes prepositions won't just answer the where a pronoun or a noun is in comparison to another object. Sometimes it will answer the when it is. So when was I at the game? I was there during the game. That still counts as a preposition. Now, I know that these can be kind of confusing, so I always like to include a list of the most common prepositions. You'll notice there are a lot of them. Some of these can be a little confusing. So if you see one that you're like, I thought I understood prepositions, but how does this one work? Just ignore that one. There are a few that are a little bit weird and advanced for us, and we're just not going to focus on those right now. So we also need to know that some prepositions are made up of more than one word. We call these complex prepositions. So that's when two prepositions have to work together to say what they really want to say, what they mean. So for example, they moved here because of the baby. Because and of work together, they're kind of like one super word, right? Or we sat next to each other. Next and to are both prepositions by themselves, but when we put them together, it kind of makes one super word here, and it tells us exactly what it wants to say. Or there was traffic ahead of us on the highway. Again, complex prepositions. So finally, a preposition is the first word of a prepositional phrase. So that's the preposition and also the noun or the pronoun that it's comparing to. So some examples, here we go. So at home, this is a prepositional phrase. At is the preposition and home is the noun that is being compared to. From Bob. So from is the preposition, Bob is the noun that goes with it. With me. With is a preposition. Me is a pronoun that goes along with it. And then this one's a little bit longer, but it still counts as a prepositional phrase because you still have the preposition, which is under, and blanket is the noun that goes with it. However, blanket has some description words here. The and red, so an article and an adjective. Those are just modifying the blanket. They're describing it. So they kind of go along with the blanket. What kind of blanket is it? It's the red one. So that all goes with the preposition under, so it's a prepositional phrase. So now we can get to the actual question. Why do we need those prepositional phrases anyway? Aren't they just extra complicated words? Well, again, let's remember what that preposition does. A preposition is describing a noun or a pronoun's position compared to another person or object. And when you have a comparison, you have to mention both of the objects being compared. So if you don't include the entire prepositional phrase, you're leaving out a lot of important information. What are you comparing the first object to? So you'll see in a second that without prepositional phrases, your sentence isn't going to make sense because you're missing all of that important information. Your reader's just going to be confused about what you mean. So some examples. These we used at the beginning of the video and they made perfect sense, but now you're going to see they're really confusing. Like the squirrel climbed up. Well, what did the squirrel climb up? Did it climb up a fence? Did it climb up my dog somehow? I don't know. I know that I meant to say climbed up a tree, but without using that prepositional phrase, the reader's going to have no idea what I mean. Or my sister jumped over. Well, what did my sister jump over? I know that my sister is being compared to something else, but I don't know what it is. What did she jump over? Or the toy was hidden beneath. Well, what was the toy hidden beneath? I'm not sure because I didn't use a prepositional phrase. Or finally, I sat on during. Here I'm missing two prepositional phrases, and you are very confused. In fact, there's no context in this sentence now. I don't know when or where it took place, and I don't know what I sat on. So those prepositional phrases are just going to include a lot of important information that make the sentence complete. So hopefully that answers your question. Keep those burning questions coming, and I'll see you guys in class. Bye.